I swear, my phone is driving me insane. I have no idea why they won't go onto my phone. This is so annoying. Rage. This is such bullshit. I just want to listen to the songs. Please, can I? Thank you. Oh my god. My face is hot, man, so let's go my state of mind. State of mind. I kinda like you. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special album review in store, and that is that I will be reviewing State of Mind by the FAIM. This is their first debut album and it came out almost a month ago, and I'm still not quite over it, to be honest. But question is, why on God's earth would I wait almost a month to do my album review of this? Well, I kind of just wanted to see how the album sits with me over the month, which are the songs that I come back to, why do I come back to them. There are some absolutely incredible songs on here, and you can see that it's a total journey. This album is an emotional journey because you have very diverse songs on there, but it also reflects the boys' journey that they went through. I mean, just consider the amount of touring they've done this year. So they're just out on the road like crazy, giving it their all, and it's truly impressive. And you can really see that what they've learned, the lessons they've learned musically, but also as human beings, really impacted their songwriting. But besides like their journey, there's of course also a personal journey tied to this, like of every single fan of theirs. Because I can speak for myself here, I think that I could never objectively review this album because this band has impacted my life in a way that I wasn't expecting. For sure wasn't expecting when I turned on the TV one morning and they were on German television. I'm not going to be doing like a traditional approach to this where I go through the album song by song, but I kind of want to do it a little bit in categories, if that makes sense. And I want to start out by going through the songs from categorizing them by has been released and hasn't been released, because there is a good mix on here. We have Summers of Course, which is a song that got them international attention, and it's an absolute banger. And the music video is so cool as well. I love the car in the music video. I just have a thing for cars. And then we have another fave, which is of course Amelie. That song is just insane. I still remember the first time I heard it, that was on a live stream on Instagram. And I actually didn't want to get spoiled, but I heard like the first few chords and I was like, I can't turn it off now, it's so good. Then we have Humans, of course, which was the first single they released off their album. And I remember that dropping and it was completely out of the blue and I was shook to the core. I did a little review and reaction on that. If you want to go check that out, I'll link that down below. And the music video for Humans, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. Like the aesthetic, the mood. I've watched that so many times and just like taken it apart because I have a thing for like shots and color grading. Obviously, because I do editing myself, I view music videos and stuff very differently on the storytelling perspective. Of course, Beautiful Drama, which they just completely dropped out of the blue more or less. It was like, hey, here you go, Beautiful Drama. It's still one of my favorite songs. I love it so much, and I was completely mind blown when it came out. And then we also have Tongue Tied, which technically wasn't released before the album, but it was played on the BBC Radio 1 rock shows, so it's kind of like an in-betweener. We have all those songs that, if you've seen them live over the last year or so, you will know, which is Infamous, they say is their longest existing non-released song. It's a fan favorite as well, and what I think is so interesting is how they said that they changed it to sound more like the live version, and yeah, they're pretty close. They're pretty close. Then we also of course have Where the River Runs. I was kind of worried that they might overproduce Where the River Runs because that song doesn't need a lot. All it needs basically is Stevie's keys and Josh's vocals, but I love how they added like a female voice at one part, and besides that they just kept it very simple, very clean, very true and very close to the live version. it's still very emotional, but it doesn't quite compare to the live version. Like there is this tiny little bit that the live version has more, which I guess you can't really reproduce on a record. When you see Josh like go into the crowd and you can see the tears in his eyes, like it's not fake emotion, it's true, it's from the heart. That's just... Well, let's just pretend that did not just happen. Okay, we're back. I'll just put this here and stop playing with it. And then of course, Beautiful Drama and Tongue Tied. Those were, yeah, live versions already. Next we have the new songs. Buying Time is a new one. Then we have Words Apart, which I must say that song shook me when I heard it for the first time. And then State of Mind. The song that they were teasing like crazy. The amount of times they've said, oh yeah, we're most excited for State of Mind. Just hyping that song so crazy. I was very worried that wouldn't live up to expectations, but it did. It honestly did. I think this is my favorite song off the entire record, to be honest. This is crazy. The song is so good. So good because it represents all of them so well. But yeah, I've already talked about that a little bit in my last monthly favorites review, so if you want to hear me talk about it in more detail, link down below to the video. But I don't only want to talk about released or not released, of course, but also take a little bit more of a personal spin on this. Like I said, I wanted to wait with this review until I've kind of, yeah, had a chance to really enjoy the album, have it sit a little bit, and then see which songs kind of speak to me the most and the songs I return to.
Take me back to when your heart beat. Feels like we are worlds apart. Hates the way that God.
Words Apart, that song, I remember I sat down in my kitchen when State of Mind came out in the morning. The first thing I did was listen to the entire record. I really had that moment with Words Apart where I just sat there and I felt really touched by it. Like especially that last part, that bridge in Words Apart, it touches me so much because it's so genius saying words apart, because in relationships communication is key, and oftentimes you just find yourself at the point where you're not really talking anymore or not talking about things that should be said. There's a lot of unspoken things, and these words are what keep you apart and what eventually maybe make a relationship, whatever that may be with your family, with your friends, with your significant other, just fall apart. What other songs? I mean, I've already talked about Beautiful Drama. You've maybe seen me overreact to Beautiful Drama, so I'm not gonna go into very much detail for Beautiful Drama. Your nicotine, my candy dream, addicted to a memory of holding on to you. I'm lost in you, what can I do to make this night last longer than the dirty, lonely truth? But that song I will forever love, and I will forever come back to it because it just strikes a chord with me and I cannot relate to it more. And alone for the fact that, I'm sorry, I will forever sing the long lyrics. I will forever sing the long lyrics. I forever sing the wrong lyrics by saying Beautiful Drama and Give Me a Llama instead of Give Me a Llama, because obviously Josh is singing Give Me a Llama. There is no doubt. And Infamous is a track that actually only became very emotional for me. I mean, I loved the song, but it became really special after my friend Para got the chance to sing it together with Josh in Prague. And now every time that Infamous comes on, I'm just yeah, reminded of that situation. So now that we are nearing the end of my review, I just want to point out that this album has a great diversity on it. Like, you have songs that are very energetic, in your face, like Tongue Tied, the opener. Or like the classic Emily, and you have Buying Time. Buying Time is an interesting track because you wouldn't expect it to be one of those in-your-face tracks immediately, because it starts off very differently. And that is not Buying Time. That is, in fact, Tongue Tied. Why? Why? Go away.
What a world, what a day. Looking back, couldn't take. All is just a game.
From that you can tell that Buying Time starts off as this very sweet kind of song, but then you have Dear Sam come in with the guitar and it completely changes the vibe of the song. And I've heard recordings of them playing this live, and let me tell you, it slaps live, so that's exciting. But then you also have songs that have a very different kind of emotion, in your face kind of energy, like Beautiful Drama and State of Mind and even Humans. All of these songs have a lot of energy, but their emotion is very different from Tongue Tied, for example. And then you have the softer songs, Infamous, Words Apart, definitely, and then of course Where the River Runs. They kind of take out a little bit of the pace of the album, they slow it down a little bit, but doesn't mean they're any less interesting, any less fun to listen to, that they don't touch me as much emotionally, because they for sure do, like I've said. And that's actually where my album review would end, because that's all the tracks that they have on the actual album. But since I'm a lucky owner of the deluxe album, we have 2 more tracks, Broken Places and Invisible Hearts. And the reason why I haven't talked about them in my review thus far is because I haven't listened to them yet. I've heard snippets of them, but I have not listened to the entire tracks yet. And it's been hard because this has been sitting in my room and I've been wanting to go back to it and listen to these tracks so much, and I feel like such a fake fan that I haven't. But reason is that I really wanted some time before filming this review. I kind of wasn't emotionally prepared to film my review yet. And I wanted to have a fresh reaction to those 2 bonus tracks in here, so here you go. Here's me listening to those 2 for the first time today.
We grow stronger in the broken places, see ourselves in strangers' faces. I was brave once.
Heavy breathing. Saints vibes. I love this! This is giving me ABBA vibes. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not actually gonna comment on these 2. Thank you so much for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it, and to be notified when I upload, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up, and I will see you in another video. Bye.